Southwest Stages is a nonprofit media organization which strives to advance and promote the art of live music, to celebrate cultures, and unite communities throughout the Southwest through the recording, archiving, and broadcasting of community musical events. A list of artists recorded by Southwest Stages, our broadcast schedule, and partner stations can be found on our website, southweststages.org.
From the heart of the Southwest in Albuquerque, New Mexico, this is Southwest Stages. I'm your host, John Strader.
It's party time, people!
On this edition of Southwest Stages, we'll travel to the historic El Rey Theater in Albuquerque, New Mexico for an annual gathering of contemporary Native artists.
Yeah, we going way south to New Orleans. You wanna go with us?
Each year during the Gathering of Nations powwow, another event brings Native peoples together to celebrate and have a good time. The Electric 49 is hosted by one of New Mexico's great Native bands, Red Earth. They time their event each year to coincide with the annual Gathering of Nations, so Native Americans from all around the country will be able to attend this lively show. Along with Red Earth, 3 other top Native bands from the Southwest come together, each bringing their own style of Native music. Add to that Native comedian Don Burnstick as the MC of the Electric 49, and this is one big party for everyone inside the El Rey Theater. So stay tuned this hour for great music from Robert Mirabal and the Rare Tribal Mob, Casper and the Mighty 602 Band, and Rez Rockers' Red Earth. Keeping you entertained between the musical acts tonight with his Rez humor, Native comedian Don Burnstick. But up first on stage at the Electric 49, reggae artists Native Roots.
Are you ready to make some fried bread tonight? I said, are you ready to make some fried bread tonight? She said, he said, and you said, she said, he said, and he said, you said, she said, and you said, she said, he said, all I'm asking for is one more fried bread, fried bread, fried bread, fried bread, fried bread. He wants to settle down out on the edge of town, far from the neon lights, where the stars shone bright. The fire glows and flickers between the cactus brickers out on the edge of town. She wants to settle down. All I'm asking for is one more fried bread, fried bread, fried bread, fried bread. Hey! Fried bread in the morning time, fried bread in the evening time, fried bread at the lunchtime, fried bread at the 49. He doesn't seem to mind my long fried bread line. We're all the same inside, fried bread all the time. All I'm asking for is one more fried bread, fried bread, fried bread, fried bread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Said fried bread, fried bread, fried bread, fried bread, fried. Say fried bread, say fried bread, say fried
John on sax, what do you think? First time playing with us. Carlo on bass, Willie guitar, Gala on drums. Give it up. Love you.
This next one we want to do for you is called Thunder Autumn People. We have any Thunder Autumns here from Southern Arizona? Well, this one is for you. Here in New Mexico, we like the ranchera music. I hope you like it too. What have you moved? What have you moved? Chop! What have you moved, people? What have you moved? One! What have you moved? What have you moved? Huh? What have you moved, people? What have you moved? You know, did a dance when people look at me. Give them no chance if I in ya. Don't know all them sided with a chicken by my leg. When they are the pians and the uptown bassy. Don't need to make a bite, just take care away. They don't cause the grande or the aho party. Hope not cocoa, they the tumor to me. Hey, and the people want to listen to me. Hey, be my girl, won't you come marry me? Don't know what the girl, she done let me say. I done my moves and I done my groove. I done my moves and I done my groove. I done my moves and I done my groove. I done my moves and I done my groove. What have you moved? What have you moved? Chop! What have you moved, people? What have you moved? One! What have you moved? What have you moved? Hey! What have you moved, people? What have you moved? In a dance, people look at me. Give them no chance, just a hit, yeah, la la la. Don't know all inside it with the chicken by my leg. Whether you're the pounds or the uptown, but say, no need to make a bite, just take care away. In a country grande or the aho party. Hope not cocoa, they the chummer to me. Hey, and the people want to listen to me. Hey, be my girl, won't you come marry me? Don't know all them girl, she done let me say. I never move, I never groove. 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 Wanna do something? How many of you know how to ride a horse? Bend your back and your knee. Stretch out your hand like a race on jockey. Bend your back and your knee. Stretch out your hand like a race on jockey. Jockey move, jockey move. Ride the jockey move, jockey move, jockey move. We get in on the groove, jockey move, jockey move. We do the jockey move, jockey move, jockey move. We get in on the groove. No matter if you like, no matter if you whine. Try to run together, music all night. This shit is coming off the mic, off the side, then dynamite. Jockey move, jockey move. We do the other move, other move, other move. We get in on the groove, other move, other move. We do the other move, other move, other move. We get in on the groove. Thank you.
Native Roots captured live at the El Rey Theater in downtown Albuquerque, New Mexico at the 2004 Electric 49 Native Music Showcase. Coming up later on the second half of the show, we'll have music by Casper and the Mighty 602 Band and the hosts of the Electric 49, Red Earth. But coming up next in just a minute, from Taos Pueblo, it's Robert Mirabal and his Rare Tribal Mob. But right now, let's take a short set break and hand over the mic to the MC of the Electric 49, native comedian Don Burnstick.
You guys having a good time? Hey! Yes! Like I said, all this wonderful talent. They got CDs, they got videos, they got posters, they got kids everywhere. I went to the gathering, 5 kids came up to me and said, "Hi, Dad." But I see some white people in the house. Hey, let's give a hand to the white folks, you guys. Give them a hand. And they're brave to come out with Indians, huh? They're brave. Or they're on drugs. I love white people. "Oh my God, are you a medicine man? Can I sleep with you?" I'm just teasing, okay? Come on. Relax. That's right, man. White people, they're so weird, man. They want to go to Mars now. You know why? Because they think Indians own land up there. They heard it's called the Red Planet, huh? Those white people are freaky, man. The freakiest one I know is George Bush. Ah, he's a freaky man. I'm Canadian, and I feel for my American native brothers and sisters. I feel for you guys. You know why? You know why? Because up in Washington, you got a colon, you got a Bush, and you got a dick running your country. That's right. And those white guys are all paranoid about anthrax and smallpox and everything. I told them, relax. You'll get over it. We did. We're resilient, right? That's right, man. You can't put an Indian down, man. You can't put him down.
Yo, no, I'm Tupyo. This is Robert Mirabal with the Rare Tribal Mob at the Electric 49 at the El Rey in downtown Albuquerque, New Mexico. And you're listening to the Southwest Stages. Yeah! Thank you very much. Thank you. It's called Jim Morrison's last song. You remember my Uncle Louie? You remember my Uncle Louie? The one that died in Vietnam. He used to go to some boarding school back in the days down here in Albuquerque. He used to hang out with Jim Morrison. "No way," said Pumpkin, showing me his rotten teeth. I said, "Hell yeah." You know, Uncle Louie was always looking for the next high. He was ditching school one day. Bring it down, bring it down. I want them to hear this. He was ditching school one day, and he was looking for some magic mushrooms. And he was, yeah, you know what I mean. He was ditching school one day looking for some magic mushrooms. And he was raiding someone's pot plants down in the bosque by the Rio Grande. Now he meets this cat who owns the pot. It was James Douglas Morrison. It can't be Milky Snarled. Mr. Mojo Razin never been to Albuquerque. You want to make a bet? Tell you what, brothers and sisters, this is a true story. Story of Morrison's lost song. You remember Grandpa? Grandpa used to sell fruit to the hippies down in Hondo. Well, they all went down there one morning. Uncle Louie, Morrison, and Grandpa, they all went down there.
they spent some time in the hot springs with some naked hippie chicks. And they had a peyote meeting or something like that. And Uncle said that Morrison, Jim Morrison, had a vision. He had a radical vision in that peyote meeting. And he wrote it down and he gave it to Uncle. No way, really? Can you say that? No way, really? Really? No way, really? Hell yeah. Well, Morrison and Uncle Louie, they never saw each other again. They were gone just like that, like wondrous shooting stars across the summer nighttime skies. They were just gone just like that. But they were never to be forgotten. There were twinkles in other people's eyes, remembering them. Grandma named one of her Pueblo hounds Mr. Mojo. She named it after she saw Morrison singing on TV at the J.C. Penney's. And you know, she framed that song. She framed that song that Uncle gave him. And she put it next to all her santos. Morrison, a santo. Can you believe that? Morrison, a saint. That dog, you know that little Rez dog? That little Rez dog is the only one that's still alive with a limp, one eye, and a forked tongue. Guess what we call him? Guess what we call him? Guess what we call him? We call him the Lizard King. From what I remember, this last song, it kind of went like this. Let me get in my Morrison mood. Yeah. Let me get in my Morrison mood. Yeah. I saw you crawling in the back of my car. Fires of young love burning in my heart. Those unknown worlds of sacred velvet delight. As we drive through the desert on our crystal high. As we drive through the desert on our crystal high. As I crawl on through to the other side. As I crawl on through to the other side. Yeah. Jim Morrison, a santo. Jim Morrison, a santo. You know, those were crazy times. Some of you brothers remember those crazy times back in those days. You know, it was radical. All the politicians died first, ain't that right? Martin Luther King got killed at that time.
Malcolm X got killed at that time. And the Kennedy brothers got shot in that time too. And then the musicians, people like Janis Joplin. People like Janis Joplin. People like Jimi Hendrix. People like Jimi Hendrix. People like Duane Allman. They all died around the same time. And Jim Morrison, he died somewhere in Paris, France. He never saw the big skies of New Mexico ever again. Can be wilder than that. By the way, you're all Catholics now. One last thing. One last thing. You hear all this mystery about Mr. Morrison. You hear all this mystery about Mr. Morrison. There's no mystery, man. See, you hear all this mystery about Mr. Morrison. There's no mystery, man. You know that, huh? If you really look, Albuquerque, he learned a lot of that stuff from hanging out with my pothead uncle. He learned a lot of that stuff from hanging out with Louis Douglas Four Horses. No mystery, man. No mystery. Just a little bit of psychedelics, peace frogs, poetry, Indian women, LA women. Did I say Indian women? Indian women, because they don't make LA women like they used to. And a little bit of Crystal Ships, and I'm sure, a little bit of Grandma's tortillas. And red chili beans, right? And red chili beans. Morrison and Louis live.
The music of Robert Mirabal and his rare tribal mob, captured live at the historic El Rey Theater in downtown Albuquerque, New Mexico, at the 2004 Electric 49 on this edition of Southwest Stages. I'm your host, John Strader, and coming up right after the break, we'll have music by Casper and the Mighty 602 Band, and finishing off the program, a set from the host band, Red Earth. But right now, let's take a break with the MC of the Electric 49, native comedian Don Burnstick.
Anyway, I'm going to finish you off with some Redskin jokes. You might be a Redskin. Oh, yeah, you might be a Redskin. If you've been married 3 times and still have the same in-laws, you might be a Redskin. If the most confusing day in your community is Father's Day, you might be a Redskin. If the most violent day in your community is Election Day, hey, after election, they're down on the Reds. How come you voted for him, you? He's not even your cousin. That's a real Indian family, real Indian family. The husband and wife are arguing, and she says, honey, your kid and my kid are beating up on our kid. Hey, that's not funny.
Live events have a vibrant quality and spontaneity that can't be recreated in a studio. Southwest Stages is committed to advancing the art of live music. They've recorded hundreds of internationally renowned artists and are now available for on-site stereo and multi-track recordings wherever you play. They also offer CD duplication, mobile studio rental, event archiving, and live remote radio broadcasts. More information is at southweststages.org.
We want to give a shout out to Red Earth because they made this possible. Enough respect, Red Earth. Enough trend them come. Enough trend them come. Enough trend them come to Albuquerque. I want to see y'all dancing. Sometimes they never come by. Only the best to come around. The treat them come, they call them back to hope it out. The treat them come, they coming back to hope it out. They come by bus, sometimes they never come by. Only the best to come to play down and hope it out. They tell a friend, a reggae man when you bring around a Nesta Valley and my heart is aching. Some wish I could have sing, we are steam. Sometimes the DJ me say, sometimes we sing. That you hope it out, where we what I came from. That's it, anyone. Casper man from the Care Calls for me. He live and on the line, they're coming in our show, buddy. The dream them come, they're coming back to open. The dream them come, they're coming back to open. They come back bus, sometimes they never come back. Only the best to come around the town. The dream them come, they're coming back to open. The dream them come, coming back to open. They come back bus, sometimes they never come back. Only the best to come on. From Utah and they come from Idaho. Some that come from Colorado. On and down my dance in New Mexico. They get in the hook and I'm a burger for more. My artists, they come best in the cool. A reggae never hit you when you walk in the door. The dance on the dance hall we run. A drink them come, they come back to open. A drink them come, coming back to open. They come back bus, sometimes they never come back. Only the best to come around the town. The dream them come, they come back to open. The dream them come, they coming back to open. They come back bus, sometimes they never come back. Only the best to come to play down the open. Oh, Full of Myers for Third Base of Music. How you feeling? This is the mighty, 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 mighty 602. Somebody scream! Peace. Oh, may the reggae vibe, it must go. People come from Utah and they come from Idaho. Some come from Colorado on to the east in New Mexico. They get in a hope and I'm begging for more. For artists, they come and they bust in the core. Reggae vibe will hit you when you walk in the door. Somebody's crazy. Until them come, they come about to open up. They come out for sometimes I'm a coming. Only the best will come around the show. Until them come, they come about to open up. Until them come, coming about to open up. They come out for sometimes. Hey, the best. Yo, Albuquerque, I love you guys so much. I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Every time, are you ready for Red Earth? Are you gonna really, really dance if you wanna dance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up off the wall. Come on, Albuquerque, do you feel me? Are you gonna really, really dance if you wanna dance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up off the wall. I heard all Albuquerque scream. Come on, get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Wanna feel it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Why you dancing? Get down on it. Why you dreaming? Give me a nice down. Pick it up, pick it up. But my Gwen, you listen up and chat. Oh, Mr. Cal Spugger coming non-stop. Well, me and Robert Moe and Red Earth becoming rock dynamite people at birth. They have boots, sing and dance, they dance half around. You listen up and Cal Spugger come once again. Everybody in and out, but dance off his screen. Somebody's great. Until them come about to open up. Until them come about to open up. They come out, but sometimes I'm a come out. Only the best will come around the jump. The dream them come, they come about to open up. The dream them come, coming back to open up. They come back fast to top. Peace the music. I thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. Please buy a CD. We have some CDs in the back and a brand new CD coming out in June. I love you, Albuquerque. Respect every time. Are you ready for Red Earth? Albuquerque, how you feeling?
From the Hopi Reservation in Arizona, it's Casper and his band of Rastas, the Mighty 602, right here on Southwest Stages. Coming up on this last set, the hosts and producers of the Electric 49. They hold this event each year during the Gathering of Nations to celebrate Native peoples, culture, and music. They mix rock, ska, funk, and reggae into their own tribal stew brewed up on the New Mexico reservations. Coming up next, Res Rockers, Red Earth. But first, let's give up the mic one last time to the MC of the Electric 49. Here he is, Native comedian Don Burnstick.
I'll tell you something, man. Many, many years ago, we communicated with smoke signals and fire. I'll tell you something, man. We come a long ways, us guys, eh? Yeah. This week, we have American Indian radios on satellite, Arrows. Over 30 Native American radio stations were in this town, and they're here tonight, you guys. Man, I tell you, we got what's his name there? Kuchak, John Craig from Arrows. He's here. He's from Lincoln, Nebraska. We also have WOJB, KGLP. We have STD. Now we have KUNM, Hopi Radio, KUII, and KNBA all the way from Alaska. Yes. Man, I tell you, I love it, man. I love seeing successful Indians, man. I love it. Because, yes, when one of us succeeds, we all succeed. Am I right? That's right, man. That's right. Yeah, I'm going to go dance tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, man. So how far did the farthest person come to get down here tonight? Anybody from Alaska?
This one's for Rick, man.
Coyote, and I come to take your life. I'm Coyote, now it's time to pay the price, yeah, yeah. You've been living for that moment, now that moment has caught up to you, yeah, yeah. You forgot about me, but I did not forget about you. I'm Coyote, I'm mystic, I'm magic, I'm soul. I'm Coyote, and I swear I tricked you, oh yeah, yeah. I've been creeping around the corner you refuse to see. A thorn in your side you can always feel. I'm Coyote, and I come to take you away. It's not what you have, it's what you do. It's not what you do, it's what you say. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, Coyote, I can't bear to hear your lies, yeah. Hey, Coyote, your myth has seen its time, yeah, yeah. You say you got me cornered, but instead I got a message for you, yeah, yeah. Forget about me, I've no interest in thinking about you. I'm Coyote, I remember when you went astray, yeah. I'm Coyote, all my magic you thrown away, yeah, yeah. I've been creeping around the corner you refuse to see. A thorn in your side you can always 'em roll. Make some noise out there! Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm Coyote, and I come to take your life. I'm Coyote, now it's time to pay the price, yeah, yeah. I've been creeping around the corner you refuse to see. A thorn in your side you can always feel. I'm Coyote, and I come to take you home. It's not what you do, it's how you feel. It's not what you feel, it's what you do, yeah. Trust in me, trust in me. Can't you see I'm real? I can't hear you. So are there any pretty native ladies in the house? Just the ladies now. Are there any native ladies in the house?
Oh, I think there is. I think there is.
And they all fine too. Look at that, man.
I think we got just a song for them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, you ladies make us feel so good. We just thought we'd write one for you guys and wax a little bit poetic. What you guys think? This one's called Red Delicious, yo. I ain't no pretty man, I ain't no ugly man neither. But come to think, I think I'm leaning toward the latter. You can laugh at me, but throw this your dog a bone. Whoa, oh yeah. I saw you walking early this morning, and you smiled my way. Now everything will be alright. Native girl's gonna be alright. You shook the world with your good thing, yeah. You shook the world with your sweet thing, yeah. Where you been hiding for so long? Oh, native girl, we had to write this song. You read delicious, you read delicious, you read delicious, yeah, you read delicious. Oh, yeah. How about that girl? You look so fine with your brown skin and dark hair. Oh my, my, I'm watching you, wanting you, needing you, baby. Yes, indeed. You come a one step, two step, 3 step closer, soul girl. When you give me your loving, I think I'm falling apart. Native girl, I feel I'm falling apart. You shook the world with your good thing, yeah. You shook the world with your sweet thing, yeah. Where you been hiding for so long? Ooh, native girl, we had to write this song. You read delicious, you read delicious, you read delicious, yeah. You read delicious. Whoa, here she come, boom, ba, ba, boom, ba, ba-dow, ba, yeah, doom, 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 ha, ba-doom, ha, ba-dow, ha, room, boom, 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 ba, ba-doom, ha, ba-doom, ha, ta-dow, ha, ooh, yeah, ba-boom, ha, ba-dow, ha, boom, 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 boom. She's red delicious. She's red delicious. She's red delicious. Yeah. She's red delicious. Red delicious. Yeah. She's red delicious. You're red delicious. Yeah. She's red delicious. She's red delicious, she's red delicious, she's red delicious, she's red delicious, yeah. She's red delicious, she's red delicious, she's red delicious. Ooh, yes. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, red delicious.
Red Earth, bringing down the house at the El Rey Theater during the 2004 Electric 49 Native Music Showcase on this edition of Southwest Stages.
This soul is old and it's weeping. This soul is cold and it's bleeding. Why do we tempt fate in its golden disguise? A troubled mind has us crying, and troubled times have us dying. Why do we tempt fate in its golden disguise? Soldiers then be fighting, why should it be? Uncle Sam preachy, find a way. Why are we warring? Why should it be? We got to know there's a better way. Old man sits in his rocking chair. Old man sits without a care. He's lived his life of work, sweat, and sacrifice. Now them bullets come pouring in, intended for his third generation. Who'd have thought this is how life would end? Hey, yeah, that's how we live our lives, and that's the wrong way. We're blind to the suffering. Inside these ancient words, we'll find the right way, the right way, and then we'll sing, yeah. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. Grandma stands by the fire, her spirit worn down and tired. She wears her sorrow deep like the lines on her face. You see, her children reject tradition, the old ways forgotten and dismissed as she's dismissed and forgotten for a modern time. Hey, yeah, sister, tell me why you're crying. Why do you put up with his lying? His callous fist must be tired of ruling your life. But he said that he loves me and that he only hurts me when I do wrong. Oh, sister, when you do right, yeah. That's how we live our lives, and that's the wrong way. We're blind to the suffering. Inside these ancient words, we'll find the right way, and then we'll sing, yeah. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Whoa, dub what?
Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Southwest Stages. You've been listening to Native Roots, Robert Mirabal and his Rare Tribal Mob, Casper and the 602, and Rez Rockers' Red Earth, recorded live at the 2004 Electric 49 Native Music Showcase at the historic El Rey Theater in downtown Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'd like to thank all of the bands, Don Burnstick and especially Red Earth, for allowing Southwest Stages to record their performances for this broadcast. I'd also like to take this time to thank some of the people who made this show possible. Thanks to Ira Wilson and Jeff Donovan of Red Earth, Kathy and the historic El Rey Theater, John Gregg and Eros, the American Indian Radio on satellite. For more information on the Electric 49 and Red Earth, visit tribalstew.com. Southwest Stages would not be possible without the hard work and dedication of our volunteer staff. I'd like to take this time to thank the Southwest Stages crew. Engineer and Technical Director Chip Borton, Engineer and Operations Manager Nola Daves Moses, Engineers and Production Axel Corral and Brandon Kennedy, Audio-Visual Specialist Jim Flynn. Special thanks go out to Daphne Strader for all of her love and support. The engineers for this show were Axel Corral, Nola Daves Moses, and Chip Borton. For a schedule of upcoming shows, broadcast times, member stations, or more information, please check out our website at southweststages.org. If you like what you're hearing on Southwest Stages, please visit our website's forum at southweststages.org and vote for your favorite show. The shows with the most votes will be played again later in the season. For questions and comments, send email to strader@southweststages.org. That's STRADER at southweststages.org. I'm John Strader, the producer and host of Southwest Stages. Thank you so much for listening. Tune in next week as we hit the road in search of more great live music around the Southwest, right here on Southwest Stages.
Southwest Stages is a nonprofit media organization which strives to advance and promote the art of live music, to celebrate cultures, and unite communities throughout the Southwest through the recording, archiving, and broadcasting of community musical events. A list of artists recorded by Southwest Stages, our broadcast schedule, and partner stations can be found on our website, southweststages.org. Live events have a vibrant quality and spontaneity that can't be recreated in a studio. Southwest Stages is committed to advancing the art of live music. They've recorded hundreds of internationally renowned artists and are now available for on-site stereo and multi-track recordings wherever you play. They also offer CD duplication, mobile studio rental, event archiving, and live remote radio broadcasts. More information is at southweststages.org.
Next time on Southwest Stages, you'll hear more great live music and artist interviews recorded at communities all over the Southwest. Whether it's the blues, rock and roll, jazz, reggae, zydeco, hip-hop, native music, or funk, you'll hear it all on Southwest Stages. So tune in each week as we travel the Southwest in search of great live music, only here on Southwest Stages.